That is a cracking bit of kit.
I'm tempted to go for a sizzler.
Welcome back to the channel, you lovely lot. Well, since you last saw me, I have in fact had a groom. I no longer look like Otto from Happy Gilmore, but I've got more of a point on the go, so I'm going for the Ming the Merciless look. Anyway, I am parked up in Babbacombe. Yes, I've been here before, but today I'm meeting up with Rob. For those of you that don't know him, he's on YouTube as Biker Van Life. We're going to be meeting up later on. But first, I have gifts. So thanks very much to Chris Sloans, who has made me a limited edition, by the way, because he doesn't provide orange at the moment. We have a key holder, and these are both towel holders, but one is to hook over, one is to be glued somewhere, I imagine. So yes, this is just what I need. I'm gonna have one in the front for my key and one in the back. Reason being is I've got another one on the go. So with this here, it's got two little holes so you can screw it into any part of the van you want it to be on. It goes in like this. That is a cracking bit of kit, to be fair. I am actually thinking of putting it here in the van. So it's there. That is spot on. And it's the same with these. These are going to be ideal for a towel and a washing up cloth. So I may, that one over there, I might put that one there. That does look good. Massive thanks and a shout out to Chris Sloans for those. Thanks very much for the gift, mate. They are spot on. He is now selling them. So get across to his channel, find all his links, and I believe he's doing other products as well. So go and have a look. I've not been sponsored by Chris or taken any payment. The products were free. I've done that off my own back. It's what it's all about, helping each other out. So with all this intermittent rain, I'm going to go for a walk, find a shop, put the drone up, and also show you where I am. That is quite enough of that. It's far too cold to be messing around outside. So I'm back in the van. I'm going to chill out here for a bit and then I'll be heading out very, very soon. Right, I've just had a text message and Rob has finally arrived after being at work all day. So let's go and say hello and then see what we want to do for the rest of the evening. Across the road. Here he is. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Right. Subscribers, Rob, subscribers.
How are we doing?
Yeah, not so bad, not so bad. What do you want to do? Do you want to go for some food, something to eat? Want a drink?
Let's
yeah,
get it done.
We'll do that. Right, we are going out for the evening, so you can follow us along. We're going to go for, mate?
I don't know. I'm tempted to go for a sizzler, maybe the gammon.
Nice. Right, so myself and Rob have had a drink next door in, what was it called?
Buccaneer.
The Buccaneer. But we're having food now in the Babbacombe Inn. I'm going to have a burger. Rob's going to have something with a sizzle in the name. And a few more of these. And a few more of those.
Yeah, buddy. That's decent. Brown sauce on the go.
Right, myself and Rob have just got back from the pub. We've been pretty good. We've had a meal, 4 or 5 drinks, so it's all good so far. I wrote on the community page earlier on that me and Rob were meeting up for the evening, and Sapper popped up in the comments wanting any hints and tips for someone that owns a caddy, and obviously Rob's here, who has just moved out of his caddy into a T4. So Sapper is interested in hints and tips for saving space, living in a caddy, travelling in a caddy, anything you can do to assist him when he's out on his adventures, because at the moment he's in Tintagel.
Obviously when I had my caddy, it was a short wheelbase, so it is probably the smallest you're going to get in terms of vans. But when I started living in the van, I literally, all I had was an airbed and a few odds and sods. I literally kept it really simple, really light. I kept most of my stuff in like a small suitcase. So I lived out my suitcase, had somewhere mostly to sleep, didn't do any cooking in the van, and I just ate out a little bit and kept it really simple. I think that's the key. As long as you're comfortable sleeping in it and it's warm, they're the two main things I think that make it important.
Because what did you have in yours? You had airbed, power bank, personal effects, and just a few clothes, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. That's all, and that's all I really needed, really. Everything else was left in storage. On a day-to-day basis, I had everything I needed.
Okay. Are you going to use the same way of living in the T4 now that you've just done in the Caddy?
Yeah, because I mean, the beauty of it is now I've moved into the T4, it feels like a castle. It's like I've got so much more space.
Yeah.
You know, I was sleeping on a very small, mini single bed.
Yeah.
And now I've got a bed that I can probably fit another 2 people on. So
which you're going to change.
I do need to change it around a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I'm still keeping it really simple. I mean, I've got the option to, I mean, I've got a fridge in there, which is great. I still haven't got any cooking facilities, but I don't need that or miss it.
Well, it's like this. I mean,
you barely use yours, do you?
I barely use the pull-out kitchen. It's like all you lot know, and Rob now knows, if it's nice weather, I can pull the kitchen out. It's great. Yeah. You don't get any smell from the cooking inside the van at all.
Yeah.
If it's bad weather, you know, I will have a table and I'll open up the sliding door and I'll use my Kadak.
Yeah.
You know, but that's very, very rare that I will do that. The more and more places I go to, I do eat out, but I do like cooking in the van as well.
Yeah.
Minimal. You know, because I do not want the smell in here.
Well, if you can keep the doors open, it's fine. But when you're trying to, in the winter, try and cook in a van, I just think no matter what you've got in there, it's...
Well, yeah, 100%. There's not a chance I want to go to bed and it's smelling of pig in here. To be honest, I really do not want to wake up to the smell of stale bacon and eggs. I really don't want that to happen. If that answers the question for you, Sapper, then... that's great. Like I said, I know you're in Tintagel tonight. I know you're staying in the place where I did my video. But if you're not following Rob, pop onto his channel, Biker Van Life.
Yep.
And I think Rob's going to start putting some community posts out as well, like I do. Any questions that you want answering in regards to your caddy, then Rob is your man. I'm not even going to answer them, mate, because I've never had anything smaller than the T5. I mean... Rob has gone from a Caddy to a T4 now. He is going to see the light and hopefully upgrade to a T5 in time. Whereas I want to upgrade now from a T5 to something bigger because I miss standing up rather than sitting down doing everything. But it is what it is for the time being.
Gets you going, I think. You know, small van, you start in a smaller van, it gets you on the road, it gets you going, and then you can move into something bigger. And the nice thing is, when you move into something bigger, it feels massive. You've got so much more room. Yeah, it's all good.
Did you already have the Caddy prior to van life? You did?
Yeah.
If you didn't have a van to fall into, because you fell into van life, thinking about it now, what would you have bought?
I mean, I probably would have bought a bigger van. However, if I had a car, I would have been living in the car. You know, it's like one of those. It was like I had the van. I was lucky to have the van. I was able to move into it, had that opportunity. I stuck it out for quite a while, you know, and I was actually really comfortable, really warm. I didn't have any issues. But, you know, upgrading to the T4, I think, was definitely needed. I mean, I'm 6 foot and in a short wheelbase, you know, with your feet poking into the cab. I mean, after a while, you're going to need something bigger. But to get you on the road, to get you going, to get, you know, get out there and do van life, I think, you know, there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, it's like this bed. I mean, this is a combined, like you all know, it's a combined sofa, single bed, double bed, and I'm 5'9.2", and that does make a difference. I can sleep on this single bed, but at an angle so my feet slightly fall off, and I'm comfortable. But thinking about it, I do not know what I would do at my height being in a Caddy. So I am blessed in a certain way. In regards to you and van life, what's been your, like, because obviously I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not even part-time. I just go out on my adventures, whether it be a day, a few days, a week. What's been the hardest thing for you transitioning to van life?
I mean, I didn't find it massively hard, really. I mean, I speak about that a lot in my videos. It's all been really positive. Like, I think I had a plan in my mind. I watched videos before, like I saw yours, which, you know, got me going. And then, you know, that's what got me into, you know, making the YouTube videos at the beginning. I mean, I kept it really positive, really. I mean, it's okay when it gets colder, sometimes it's a bit of a pain, but you know, you can run the engine, heat the van up. And the nice thing is, with the smaller van, it just holds the heat a lot more, so you know, it stays warmer, where if you've got a bigger van, obviously there's a lot more area to heat.
I mean, like, I'm trying something different tonight. I've put my blanket up there just to see if it makes any difference. I don't think it is, but it's for trial and error tonight, because it is quite warm in here now. I mean, yeah, there are two of us in the van tonight, but it is cold outside. I did Scotland a couple of weeks ago, as you know, and it was warmer up there than it is here now. So trying this tonight with the blanket, I'd be interested to know of how long it takes before I throw my toys out of my pram and start whinging I don't have a diesel heater. But all right, what's the easiest thing that you found with van life?
I could literally, like, pile out of work, I'm into the van, and I can literally just get into the back of the van, and you know, if I need a kip, I can have a kip. You know, it's just like a 2-minute walk to your house.
Okay.
You know, so that's really nice.
And you've had no issues with being moved on?
No.
Any issues with noise?
No.
Youths?
No.
Nothing like that at all?
Absolutely nothing. And I use this, funnily enough, the park up that you're probably going to see on the video today. I use that so regularly, and it's a great view. I get no problems. It's really simple.
Do you find the public engaging with you at all? Do you fall into that trap? The reason why I ask that is, obviously, I go to North Sands a lot in Salcombe, and because of the amount of time I've been going there over the years, I know the local businesses, I know the local residents, I know the holiday let people. When they see the van there, they know that I'm courteous, I tidy up after myself, I'm not peeing in a bush, I'm not fly tipping all my rubbish, so I pretty much get left alone. They come and engage with me and have a look around the van and talk. Do you find that, or do you just get left alone here?
Yeah, I mean, I just get left alone, but I keep myself to myself, so I don't make a big song and dance that I'm in my van. The great thing about the Caddy was it looked really stealthy.
Yeah.
You know, people just pass it by. They don't think for 5 minutes that, you know, somebody's, you know, sleeping in the van.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I'd always take a little peek out before I step out. You know, and you get people that pull up and they've got, you know, the kayaks on the top, and they've got the pull out, you know, awning, and they've got, you know, 3 bikes underneath and a couple of dogs tied up, and it's like, you know, if you're going to do that, then you're going to probably get a bit of issue.
Do it on a campsite.
You don't need to do that on a park up. But the park up it's meant to be stealthy. You're keeping yourself to yourself. You know, you get in the back of the van, you close the curtains, you can chill out like you do, you know, watch a bit of TV, and nobody even knows you're in there, you know.
Apart from the orange, I mean, a lot of people do comment on that. They do say, I mean, I've been doing it for 4 years. They said, how have you never been moved on? Yeah. I don't always do it. Arrive late, leave early. Yeah. Sometimes I'm there all day. Yeah. But I think if you don't make any noise, you're polite and courteous, you're not peeing out the door, you will get left alone. You're going to get a couple of Karens in certain places that are going to whinge. But touch wood, everywhere I've been in the UK since I've been doing this, apart from Teignmouth, believe it, because we are 8 miles from Teignmouth, that's the only place I've been threatened.
In Teignmouth, orange is, you know, angers people.
It possibly does, but, you know, I pulled up in the car park where LJ's snack is. Yeah. And it was 1:30 in the morning, and literally the car park wasn't being used, yet this car decided to park next to me playing loud music. And when you're tired and you politely ask them to turn it down, and you just get nothing but grief back that you're going to come back and smash your face in and slash your tyres. Yeah. You know, like I explained at the end of that video, I just went home. What's the biggest thing you've learned?
That's a bit of a tough question. I mean, I think I've learned whilst being, in the van, that you can live quite simple, and it's surprising how little you actually need on a daily basis. I mean, like, there's not a lot I miss. I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV, so I don't miss that. I have my bare essentials. I can eat out. I can pull up to a supermarket and get cold food that I can eat in the van. I can go and buy hot coffee. If I want to, make coffee in the van, I can do, but I very rarely do that. I literally, all I'm basically doing is sort of chilling out in the back of the van, sleeping in the back of the van, getting changed in the back of the van, and then I'm either at work, at the gym, out and about doing stuff with the kids. So I'm just so busy through the day. I don't really need anything more than what I've got in the back of the van. It would be silly to spend money on a property. So I'm just never in it.
Right then, you lovely lot, I'm going to get my head down. Rob's just gone back to his van too. He actually just said before we left that we could have spoken for hours, but I think my battery would have run out by then. But having Rob speak to you about his experience as a full-time van life, I hope you enjoyed it. I am a part-time adventurer, so I know nothing about the full-time element of van life. So if you can take away anything from what he said, that is an absolute bonus. Now, before I go to sleep, this Sunday I am doing a live between 6 and 6:30 p.m. from Weston-super-Mare. The Christmas dubs will be out in force on their Christmas cruise with over 150 vehicles all wrapped up in their Christmas lights for the Wallace and Gromit Grand Appeal, where all the money raised is going to the Bristol Children's Hospital. It's ran by a friend of mine, Steve Wright, from the VW family. I hope you can pop onto the live and watch all the Christmas shenanigans going on, and I'll pop I will pop a link in the description below on the evening if you want to make a donation. But this has been a great episode for me to speak to Rob and listen to his stories when it comes to van life. Thanks guys, I'll see you on the next one.